Do you think of yourself as a positive or a negative person? What do you think?
I think I'm a bit of both, depending on how I feel at that moment in time. I would like to think that I'm a positive person in a lot of circumstances, but sometimes it's quite difficult to be positive all of the time. What about yourself?
I think I'm a positive person. I think that I have times where I can be negative, but I think on the whole, I think I'm a positive person. And if you're watching and if you're also wondering whether you're a positive person or a negative person, and if you'd like to be more positive or you feel like you want to reprogram your mind to be more positive, then let's chat about that. We don't have all the answers. We aren't gurus. We are normal people trying to figure it out as well. So, what do you think helps to be more positive?
I think if life is going how you expect it to go, then it's easy to be positive. But when you have challenges, then it is difficult to be positive. You just have to look at the number of self help books there are, the number of affirmations there are. If there was one perfect answer, then we would all be positive all of the time. But I find that, throughout years of life experience, we've picked up some experience and wisdom of how to be more positive. For example, trying to think about when you have something that's not going your way, try to find the positive to it. So if you've had a failure, try to reframe that situation and try to look for the positives in it.
Yes, and also if you have a major exam coming up, for example, or you have a big job interview, instead of thinking about it negatively, like, I think I'm going to fail this exam, or I don't think I'm going to actually be successful at this job interview, rather think I'm going to really prepare and I'm going to be excited about this job interview, or I'm going to study hard and I'm sure that I will do well, or I will do my best at this exam. So reframing things helps a great deal. But we are never going to say that you can be positive every single second of every single day. No, I think that's unrealistic. Because I will always say we are human beings and we have a range of emotions. But having a gratitude journal, which I always advocate for, is also helpful because it has helped me to be more positive. Because on crappy days, when you have to write about what you're grateful for, it then switches your mind to be more positive, because you can't feel grateful when you are being negative about life. It just doesn't go together.
Yeah, that's very true.
So another big way to increase positivity is by having mindfulness and meditation. And my husband, he practices meditation.
Yeah.
And just tell us, how do you go about actually practicing meditation?
Well, there's a few different techniques you can use. One of the easiest way is just to think about your breathing and just to find some time in your day to slowly take some deep breaths in, hold it for a few seconds, and slowly breathe out. I think that's pretty common knowledge. There's other things you can do using mantras, for example, or using positive affirmations. For example, just saying, I am grateful as you are thinking about your breathing. So you're linking the words. So as you say, I, you breathe in, am, and hold, and grateful as you breathe out. So it can start to make you feel a bit more relaxed as you're focusing on just your breath and focusing on those words.
And how does meditation help with positivity?
I think when you're in a calm space, it's easier to be positive.
That's true. That's true. And positive affirmations, now that's a huge one for me. I completely believe in positive affirmations, like saying to yourself, I'm worthy, I am powerful, I am confident. At first, it can sound so cheesy and you may think does not work.
Yeah.
But keep repeating it to yourself and do it with emotion, do it with feeling, really believe in those words. and it will help, it will shift. Start today, like 30-day challenge, start today. And start saying those wonderful positive affirmations to yourself, because we're so easy to compliment other people, but sometimes it can be a bit more challenging to compliment ourselves. But you deserve it. I am worthy is another one you should be using. So positive affirmations really, really help. The whole idea of the law of attraction, the law of abundance, not having limiting beliefs can really help in the way that you think about your life. And by not having limiting beliefs, you are inviting more positive things into your world. You're not putting barriers on yourself and what your dreams are. And it's a huge thing. And we didn't learn these things when we were growing up. We didn't even learn about positivity when we were growing up. It's like it has always been a thing, but we just didn't learn about it until our older years.
I think when you think about positive thinking, and if you tell yourself, for example, I am worthy, I am powerful, I am strong, sometimes you want to reject those thoughts. Your mind wants to reject those thoughts because you don't have the evidence to back it up. If you say, I am strong, but you haven't been to the gym in a month and you haven't done the things that you think you needed to have done in order to provide evidence for being strong, for example. So your mind rejects those feelings, say, no, you're not strong, you're not worthy. It's almost like you have to reprogram your brain. And I think that if you don't take responsibility for your own thoughts, life happens to you. Other people's thoughts, other people's demands, they take over, and you just become very reactionary and reacting to other people and other situations, when it's almost like you're brainwashing yourself to think that I am strong, I am worthy. So then you find situations to make that happen. So if you keep saying to yourself, I am worthy, but worthy of what? For example, worthy of love, worthy of success. If it's success, for example, then you start to reprogram your brain and ask yourself questions like, what can I do to become successful? It doesn't matter what career you're in, if you're studying, if you're a professional, an entrepreneur, then you start to look for opportunities to answer those questions. So by answering those questions, that starts to give you more momentum. So you start to reach out to more people, you start to try different things, new ideas, and that starts to give you further proof that you are, and that starts to give you further proof that you are worthy.
And an important thing is, let me ask you this question. Who are you surrounding yourself with? Are you surrounded by positive people or people who are very negative? People who just pick out the things that have gone wrong in their life and really talk about it nonstop? Or the people who, yes, have faced challenges, but speak about life positively? Because that can have a huge influence on how you perceive life and your own life events. When you start surrounding yourself with positive people, it helps you to shift into having a positive mindset. And even the media you consume, is it all doom and gloom? Are you watching things that are really negative and make you feel really down and out and just really, really sad? Or are you watching uplifting things, things of hope, stories of courage, stories of kindness? What does it look like day to day for you? They say that you can often be the sum of the 7 people that you interact with the most. Who are those 7 people? Are they people that are really positive? Because when you are around somebody who's really positive and has that wonderful energy, you feel it. It's so infectious that you can't help but feel good in their presence. So just be really mindful of who you're surrounding yourself with.
And on that note of feeling worthy, know that you are worthy of being surrounded by positive people. And even if you're not surrounded by positive people, look for mentors, look for role models in the public, in the media, in history, and use those people as your support group.
Another great way to reprogram your mind to think more positively is to challenge your negative thoughts. For example, if you are moving to a new city and you feel like you are not capable of enjoying the move and being successful in a new city and finding new friends and immersing yourself in a new job and all these things at the same time, and you feel that you'll just be overwhelmed and it won't go according to plan. Rethink this. Think about it this way. I am moving to a new city. There are so many more opportunities for me. I am going to make new friends. I am going to try my very best in my new job. Rethink it, rephrase it to yourself. What words are you using? What words are you using about this future move? If all your words are just negative, if all your thoughts are just negative, start changing that. You don't have to continue to accept negative thoughts and negative words into your life.
I think a way to break it down, because sometimes you can hear these things and it can just wash over you, because in general you know this. So a tip that I like to use is to think of thoughts as food. Now, if you're training or if you want to be healthy, you'd eat healthy food. So if you think about thoughts as food and you want to have a healthy mind, you're just putting healthy thoughts into your brain. So this way you don't have to be so attached to the initial positivity, like I'm going to make friends, this is going to happen and it's all going to be wonderful. You're just going through the habits and it becomes habitual. So you're feeding your mind with positive food, positive thoughts. Yes, I'm going to make friends. And you're saying it, yes, you're saying it with feeling, but sometimes it's not always possible to say it with such emotion. So I think the fact that you are doing it, I think it's just by sheer quantity. If you eat loads of broccoli and loads of healthy food, you are going to become healthy in a year or 2 years. That's just a fact. So if you're feeding your brain with positive thinking, eventually you will start to believe it and you will make it happen. So you will say yes to opportunities. You will have more energy when you're in those situations. You will take the most of the chance.
And practicing positive self-talk is just life-changing. It really, really is. Because at the end of the day, you need to be kind to yourself, patient with yourself. You need to know that you deserve wonderful things. So if you'd like to watch this video on positive self-talk, please do. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time.
Bye.
Bye.